and welcome to the Montana Style. I'm Jackie and we're gonna do some great recipes today. 3 simple desserts you can take camping, tailgating, or even to your next family barbecue or gathering. And the first one we're gonna start out with is one of our favorites, Snicker apple salad. A really simple one that you can make with very few ingredients that you might have around. We're gonna go ahead and chop up these little bite-sized Snickers. We're gonna chop them up in about 4 pieces each, and I'm gonna use about 20 of these little guys, but if you don't like nuts, you can use Milky Way or another kind of candy bar if you like Twix, but today we like Snickers, so we're gonna go ahead and chop these all up. This is a great thing if you have some extra Halloween candy, or if you just like to buy candy bars for this simple salad. You can always keep these in your cupboard for a quick, easy dessert. Go ahead and chop up apples. Today we're going to use some Granny Smith apples as well as Honey Crisp, but if you just like one or the other, you can have one or you can do both. I like the mixture of apples, so we'll go ahead and chop those up. The tartness of the Granny Smith are good with all these sweets. You need about 4 to 6 good-sized apples. Just go ahead and chop them up small so they're easy to get on your fork. Now that we have the apples and Snickers all chopped up, we'll go ahead and set those aside. And next we're gonna make our pudding. We're gonna start out with a big bowl here, and we're gonna add a half a cup of milk. And we're gonna use a small box of vanilla pudding. Just go ahead and sprinkle that in your milk and give it a good whisk. This is a really good dessert, or you can just have it with your burgers at your barbecue or whatever kind of meat you like to have with it. Go ahead and whisk that up good. Now we're gonna go ahead and just an 8-ounce tub of Cool Whip or whipped topping that you have, go ahead and put it in. This is a really nice, cool dessert in the hot summer. The apples are refreshing as well in the fall when you go ahead and pick them off your tree. Great use to use your apples up. Go ahead and throw in those candies all chopped up. And then we're gonna fold this all together. This salad is so delicious. All the crunch of the apple and then the gooiness of the Snickers with the caramel in it. Another one would be good would be those dark Milky Ways. I'm a dark chocolate fan, are you? Do you guys have a favorite candy bar? I remember when I was a kid, my grandma always had those mini candy bars, the Mr. Good bars and those little ones at her house with a Coke. That's one of my family's things. We love our chocolate. Now that we're getting this all stirred up, it's looking very good. And now that we have it all stirred up, this is it. And then you can just do a little bit of caramel on top. And you could also put on a little more when you're ready to serve. And this is a great one. And we'll go ahead. And for our next recipe, we're gonna do Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal bars. An easy treat to keep in an airtight container so that you can take them anywhere. So we're gonna go ahead and start with some marshmallows. Go ahead and dump those in. We're gonna throw about 3 or 4 tablespoons of margarine or butter. We're gonna use butter today. Go ahead and put that in a microwave-safe bowl, or you can do this on the stove, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it in for about 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna stir it every 30 seconds until they're melted. Usually about 3 minutes will do. We'll go ahead and put that in. While that's in there, we'll go ahead and we use Cinnamon Toast Crunch today, and that's one of our family's favorite cereals. You can also use Apple Jacks, Lucky Charms, any cereal that your family loves, go ahead and use that kind. We'll also spray our pan that we'll keep it in. And now that it was in there for 2 minutes, we're gonna go ahead and give it a stir. You wanna make sure all your butter's melted in there, which ours is. We're gonna go ahead and put a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract in there. Go ahead and dump that in, give it a stir. Then we're gonna put 6 cups of cereal in today's Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and we're gonna keep on stirring. This is a really great dessert. I'm a real cinnamon fan. I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch, so these cereal bars will be really delicious. Now that it's all stirred up, we're gonna go ahead and put it in a foil-lined pan with cooking spray on it so it doesn't stick. Go ahead and dump that in. I like to put the foil down first so that once they're cooled, I cut them into bars, and then it's easy serving when we're at the campground or at a barbecue. Another trick I've learned is with this marshmallow stickiness, go ahead and spray a little Pam on your hands and go ahead and just press it into place. Then the marshmallow won't stick to your fingers. And there you have it, Cinnamon Toast cereal bars in just minutes. And now for our last one, cheesecake brownies, one of our family's favorite. A friend of ours, she taught me how to make these, although she made it with the homemade kind, but we're gonna go ahead and use a box mix of brownies. Go ahead and add what it says on there. Ours calls for oil, 1/3 cup of water and oil, both, 1 egg, and whisk that up. Then we'll go ahead and pour in the brownie mix. Just any old kind will do. Today we have Duncan Hines, but any kind you buy at the grocery store will be great. And I did mine the chewy way with only 1 egg, not the cakey way. So go ahead and make it like that. Do what the recipe says and they'll turn out just fine. It'll be pretty stiff, but we just go ahead and mix it up till most of the chunks are gone. Then you want to take a 9x13 pan and go ahead and put some spray on it. And go ahead and pour your brownie mix in the 9x13 pan. And I went ahead and preheated our oven to 350 so it gets going. We'll just go ahead and let that spread out on its own while we make the next batch. And here's the best part. We're gonna make the cheesecake topping for on top of the brownie mix. You wanna go ahead and take a 8-ounce brick of Philadelphia cream cheese or cream cheese of your choice, and go ahead and you wanna leave it out for a while. You want it room temperature so that it's easy to mix the sugar into it. So we'll go ahead and put one of these in the bowl. And you could use your big stand mixer, but today I'm gonna use this really nice Cuisinart whisk on a stick here. It has another attachment where you can do an immersion blender, but we're just gonna use the whisk today and go ahead and whisk this up. Now that we've softened the cream cheese with the whisk, we're gonna go ahead and add in our sugar, and we'll cream that next. Seems to be working pretty good with this, so we'll keep on going a little bit further. Next, we're gonna go ahead and crack 1 egg into the mixture. And then last, we're gonna put about a teaspoon of vanilla in. We're just gonna eyeball it. And there we go. Go ahead and give this another good whisk. And now that we whisked it smooth, now we're gonna take our brownie batter and bring it back over. We're just gonna grab our measuring scoop and we're just gonna do dollops all across it so that when we go to do the swirls, that they'll come through and be beautiful. This is a really easy recipe that looks so beautiful, and you want to make sure and cool it and serve it cold. That's how we like it. Now you just want to grab a knife or a dowel if you have one and start swirling. Just kind of crisscross it across the dark chocolate, making it look nice and pretty. And this is gonna cook for about 35 to 45 minutes, just like you'd cook regular brownies. And there you have it. Now we'll go ahead and put it in the oven, and we'll see you in a few. Okay, now that we have our brownies out of the oven, we'll go ahead and give you a little look at those. They're beautifully marbled. So you want to go ahead, get them out of the oven and get them on a cooling rack. You want to cool them all the way. And then after they're done cooling, you want to go ahead and cover them completely and store them in a refrigerator or cooler until you're ready to serve. They're so good. A great, great snack. And now we have our cereal treats. We're going to go ahead and take them out of this foil container here, and I lined it with foil so that I could take them out and slice them. And these containers aren't quite airtight, so you can do this, but you'd probably want to put some saran wrap on top so to make sure you get a good seal on these. Today I'm going to go ahead and slice them with my big slicing knife, and then we're going to stack them in a airtight container with wax paper in between each layer. So we're going to go ahead and do that. You can find this slicing knife on Amazon. We'll go ahead and link it below. As well as I'll go ahead and link my Dollar Tree video below where you can find these pans. For $1, they're a great find, as well as wax paper. Tons of things at the dollar store. Go ahead and stop in yours and check out my video down below. Now that we're done slicing those cereal bars, we're going to go ahead and put them in an airtight container. This is a great snack for the kids. They love them. Now that we've filled this container, we'll go ahead and put in the lid, and they'll be good for about 2 or 3 days, or until your kids eat them all. The rest of these we're going to go ahead and put in this and just save for later, and we're going to go ahead and put those saran wrap on top and get those all ready to save for another day. Last but not least is our Snicker apple salad, an excellent side dish or dessert. Very delicious. Crunchy. We left the skins on today, but you can peel them if you like. Also, if you like to add some other kinds of nuts, pecans would be great in here. A very nice, refreshing snack. Comment down below, what's your family's favorite go-to to take to a family gathering or get-together? Comment that below. If you're new, feel free to subscribe. Also, give our video a like. Check out some of the other videos we have.